You do things sometimes just because it's an easier thing to do. Like I find myself, I do a lot of things based on, it's just an easier life if I do it this way. I had an ex-girlfriend once. I never forget this. About 10, 15 years ago. And she said, you were always a guy that made good money and didn't work very hard. And I said, I think I work really hard. She goes, no, I've dated guys who work really hard. You don't dig ditches, you just talk. And so I was thinking about this because I saw a documentary on professional sports gamblers.
Okay.
And if the only sport I bet a lot is the NFL. I'll cherry pick stuff, but I bet the NFL. The reason I do it is because I only have to watch football Sunday and then like one game Monday. Like if you have to bet hockey or baseball, you have to sit home every night and watch 150 games.
Sure.
What kind of deterioration of your life? If you're with a beautiful girl, sorry, I got to watch a hockey game tonight. You want to go out to dinner, baby? No, I can't. I have to watch a Twins-Padres game. So I would choose it simply because it's a better life. I bet a lot. I bet a ton of NFL because it's an easier, better life. You're not going to end up looking like this pale guy sitting eating Cheetos all day watching hockey.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think I made that decision a long time ago when I chose to go to college. And
so what were you going to major in?
Well, okay, so this is a good example. My first major in college was psychology. Because I thought I wanted to work in an insane asylum.
Oh, boy. And you did.
Because I watched
TV.
Gothica with Halle Berry. And I was like, oh, that seems like a very interesting job to do every day. And so I took it my first year. I was very interested in it. But at the end of the year, I talked to one of my professors and I was like, this is what I want to do with my life. Like, I want to have my own practice. And like, how long will I have to be in school before I can like get to that space? And he was like, probably 12 years. Oh, I'll be pivoting. Thank you for that information. Yeah, yes. That's a lot of work.
I used to have a father-in-law. He said, you always talk about quality of life. He goes, we didn't talk about quality of life. And I'm like, you used to take castor oil when you were sick. Well, a lot of things you did in the 40s and 50s we didn't do. Like,
no, I think people make, listen, there are people out there who work very hard.
Yes. But quality of life is almost all my decisions. Or people go, why don't you do this? Because it seems irritating. Why do you do this? Because it seems fun.
Well, I think we're privileged in that, our skills have allowed us to have, jobs where...
No question. But even in broadcasting, I choose...
Oh, yeah. Like, I never wanted to be a reporter. I didn't want to be on the road all the time. I didn't want to be standing outside in the cold.
Prime example. My first job was play-by-play.
Yeah.
And I quit play-by-play. I didn't quit. I had a AAA job out of college. I was a step from the bigs. You know why I quit? I didn't want to live in Marriott's. I wanted to be home at night with my friends, my girlfriend. I wanted to be home at night having a better life than in a Marriott in Cincinnati.
Yeah, and now, because of the pandemic, you can do play-by-play from your home. So it's a completely different lifestyle.
My point is, almost everything I decide, I know it's a privilege, but is based on what will it be? What will the quality of life, my life be based on that decision?
Yeah.
And if it's less, like camping, why would I pay to lower the quality of my bed?
I'm 100% with you. I don't want to sleep in a sleeping bag in a tent in the woods.
Yeah, I would pay
Why would I do that?
to be less comfortable.
I have a memory foam mattress with controlled temperature.
Look at Goulet. Goulet is totally not understanding or appreciating this complex conversation.
Well, I'll say this. I've been uncomfortable. I've lived uncomfortable, and if I don't have to do that, then I'm not going to do that.
I know we sound like a bunch of jerks.
Yeah, we do.
But I'm just saying, almost every decision I make is what makes my life happier and easier. Maybe I'm lazy.
No.
All right. Here's Bill Romanowski's going to come. Bill Romanowski and Jason McIntyre. Can I want to go on just a rant here about Brady, because I thought about this. So I swear to, brother. So Brady and Arians, I've never seen a couple talk about their relationship more. Like, in Hollywood, there's going to be a divorce. When the couple keeps telling you how great their relationship is, they're headed for divorce. My wife would, if you asked my wife about me, she'd complain for 15 minutes. Our relationship's great. She would never be like, she'd be like, he doesn't take this out. Boy, I'm on it. But we have a great relationship. We're honest with each other. And we yell at each other all the time, but it's fun. So anytime a relationship, everybody's talking about how great it is, I'm always like, okay. You ever go to a party? Oh, Bob is just wonderful. Shirley is the best. They're getting divorced. So Brady and Arians can't stop talking about their relationship. Yesterday, Brady talked about it again. Here it is.
I feel like we have a great relationship. From the moment I got here, we've had just great dialogue, and I certainly appreciate, all the insight he gives me, and, the way that he coaches and leads. It's very open, honest, dialogue about, how we think that we can, certainly how I can be most effective, and any questions he has. We always have a great open lines of communication.
It doesn't matter. Belichick and Brady, it's been confirmed. They didn't go to dinner one time in 20 years. 20 years, they didn't break bread. It doesn't matter how they get along. I want you to think about something. So I'm going to show you Aaron Rodgers' stats. So Aaron Rodgers lives in Green Bay. He's got a team. They fire the coach, and they bring in a new head coach and a new system. And Aaron struggled with it. Let's put these numbers up. So Aaron last year, this is Aaron Rodgers, with just a new coach who appears to be good, completed 62% of his passes. His quarterback rating was mid-90s, 26 TDs. In 1 year, Aaron didn't leave his city. He didn't have to throw to new receivers. He didn't meet new. He just got, and by the way, he had a preseason. He had a preseason last year. Look how average Aaron Rodgers was last year by Aaron Rodgers standards. I mean, Aaron Rodgers standards, right? And by the way, Aaron physically is still in his peak. Aaron 1 year later is now crushing. I mean, his numbers are insane. Tom Brady, at 43 years old, was asked to move to a new climate and city. No preseason. New coach, new coordinator, new receivers, new offensive line, new audible system. Tom Brady at 43 in his first year with Arians has better numbers than Aaron Rodgers had in his first year with Matt LaFleur in completion percentage, passing touchdowns, passing yards a game, and passer rating. He's 43. So Brady was asked to move to a different city, a different climate, different receivers, different tight ends, different audible. Everything was different. Everything with no preseason. Better numbers than Aaron had just being asked, new coach. And I'm not saying it's easy for either. But doesn't it lead you to believe that in the second year of Arians, it'll get better? You'll have a preseason. You'll have an OTA. Like, I think sometimes we look at this, we all acknowledge this is not a shot at Aaron Rodgers. He's great. Aaron even struggled first year. Same house, same zip code, same teammates, same lines. He just had a new coach, new system. That's it. From a guy that's young and intellectual and smart, and they meet. We asked Brady to change everything. His address, his house, everything. He even talks about the climate. Brady acknowledges we can't, early in the season, we can't do the post-practice work we used to do in New England. It's just too damn hot. You can't ask receivers after practicing in Tampa for 2.5 hours, let's go throw balls for an hour. They're exhausted. They're shot. Brady also had Scotty Miller got hurt. Mike Evans got hurt. Chris Godwin got hurt. O.J. Howard left. Gronk was new to the system. I just think we're being crazy what we're asking Brady to do when we asked him for all new stuff. And also, it doesn't really matter if he and Arians get along. It doesn't really matter. He didn't break bread once with Belichick. Like Sean Payton Breeze are tight. That's rare. Like, we all get that. That's not the way it works. Head coach, quarterback, Chuck Noll and Bradshaw at odds. They were the dynasty of my life in the 70s. They were at odds. The dynasty we just got out of, Belichick, Brady, constantly arguing at odds. It doesn't matter. Brady, first year, all new stuff. Many of his numbers are better than Aaron's. And Aaron's in his prime. So it's going to be fine. If you loved Did you get along? I tend to get along with bosses, but did you get along with every boss you've ever had?
Yeah.
What if we didn't get along?
I try to get along with everybody, though.
What if we didn't get along?
I think if we genuinely did not like each other, then it
hard.
would come across like we didn't like each other.
All right, because I can't stand Goulet, but yet it plays on television.
You don't have to be best friends with people. Like you can have a working relationship with people.
I don't think in
great
television.
work.
I don't think you can fake it in TV.
It's harder, yes.
I think it's hard to fake it in TV.
There's certain occupations where it's harder, but I think mostly as long as you're a professional, you can get good work done.
Weren't you surprised though, Brady Belichick at the end when the documentary came out? Like it was pretty.
I was surprised it was as hostile at that, and hostile is probably an extreme word, but
it was a little prickly.
It was that prickly at that point.
Okay.
Like throughout their 20 years, that's a long time to spend with someone without having some disagreements.
Yeah.
But that part of it was surprising.
All right. Bill Romanowski's got 4 rings. Love having him on the show. Jason McIntyre's got his NFL picks 2 on a Friday. There's no better story than the Cinderella story, the little guy, the little engine that could, overcoming. That is the story of Pure Talk USA. It's a